Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Cosmic Brew Tarot. I'm Oscar, and this is going to be a reading for the new moon in Scorpio, which is coming up on November 13th of 2023. And new moons are a time for us to set new intentions for the lunar cycle. It's a way for us to break out of any stagnant energy in our lives, and instead of getting stuck, is being like, okay, well, for the next 30 days, this is what the focus of my life is going to be for this next month, right? This next lunar cycle. And so it helps us address things so that we can keep moving forward rather than getting stuck in them and allowing them to just persist. And in Scorpio in particular, the new moon is leaning towards energies of transformation, of shadow work, of basically saying, these are, there are things within me that I may be, where I might be causing more harm than good. And it's about making things right. It's about having a more authentic life, something that's a better self-expression, and that better suits you and what you need and want for yourself, right? And desire. Scorpio is also a sign of passions and sexual desires and things like that. I mean, that could also be a part of it. So this is a custom spread. It's inspired from a bunch of other spreads that I found, but this spread is going to be specifically for the new moon in Scorpio. We're going to be asking, what is the mask that you're wearing? What shadows have you ignored and repressed? Where have you been exerting too much control? What you can do to shed these old patterns, what your intuition is telling you, and how you can do the highest good for yourself and others. So I'm going to be using a combination of the Spellcasting Oracle and the Kickstart Tarot to ask in order to ask all these questions in the spread. I especially like the Kickstart deck for this because it's very like skeleton-y, and it's just got the great Scorpio shadow work kind of vibes. I actually really like using this deck for shadow work. And so I took the Death card, the Scorpio power card, and placed that in the center of this spread in order to facilitate the feeling of transformation, of letting what needs to die in order for something else to live and grow. And obviously we say that in figurative ways. I certainly don't want to wish actual death and loss on anyone or anything. Certainly not what I'm advocating for. Death is not about that, the Death card. And Scorpio is certainly not about that either, but it is about embracing change. So, and then after I'm done, I'm going to be using the Cosmic Journey Oracle to give a final piece of advice for you, in order to, because I feel like when we're talking about shadow work, we can go into some pretty dark places. They can be dark, and they can be confusing, and they can be scary. But this is a time for us to really face our shadows head on, and to look at them with compassion and understanding. It's kind of like facing a monster in its lair and being like, it's okay, I'm your friend. Like, and then like by the end of the movie, they're like your happy bouncy bubble friend. I think that's always kind of like the point of shadow work. It's to, make the scary monsters not so scary. So I hope that this spread can help you facilitate that and set an intention for healing and for growth and for transformation in this upcoming lunar cycle. So let's begin, shall we? As always, my disclaimer is this is a perfect time for you to use your intuition and discernment, to train it And in order to take what resonates and leave what doesn't behind, to interpret as you need, to reflect on cycles from the past that this might be referring to, that you might have closed out, but might serve you. Or to reflect on how you would behave should something like this present itself in the future. You're better prepared. All right, so let's begin. Now we're all like nice and shuffled. What is the mask that Taurus is wearing? Fertility. Fertility. With the Five of Wands. Okay. You know, this mask is kind of giving me a very I know better than you do vibe. Right? I'm the one that needs to be listened to. I know what's best for me. Right? Fertility, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to mean pregnancy. I take it as, you know, something that's fruitful, and it's gestating, it's you know, it's a mother. When I think expectant mother, and especially in this luscious pose, like she's just loving her pregnant time, which I don't know who does, but you know, it's a very great card. What I'm trying to get at here is, you know, pregnant women have to take care of themselves. They have to take care of themselves very, very well. They have to be checked. They have to check in on themselves constantly, check in on their babies constantly, and what it is that they're trying to achieve, right? And the self-care that I'm getting from this is so strong. It's like jumping out at me. And then with the Five of Wands, it's like, like, that's cute that you want me to do this, but that you want me to do XYZ, but I'm kind of in the middle of something that's way more important than what you're asking me for. And so this kind of has this feeling of it's very rigid energy, right? The mask is almost like leave me to my own devices because I am producing here. You know, I know I'm producing. I know what's best. I don't need your opinions. I've got an airplane flying ahead. Overhead. Flying ahead. Interesting. Is there someone that's trying to fly ahead of you? And you're like, whoa, wait. That's way too much excitement for me right now. I'm like, I have to just stay put. You know, I have to be calm. I have to be taking care of myself. I've got to feel beautiful. I've got to, like, you know, and I've got to be well fed. And like, I don't, like, those are my concerns right now. What is all this that you're trying to jump at me with? Like, why are you coming to me this way? It's very rigid energy. And the mask, it's staunch. It's staunch. That's and of course, you're a Taurus. Five of Wands is a card of disagreements and competition, and feeling like there's just conflict, right? but not in a way that's like awful or bad, just in a way that's like, we're bumping heads here. We're bumping heads. And you're like, why are you bumping heads with an expectant mother? You know, like, you need to leave me alone. Like, stop. Like, you need to be taking care of all of this temple, and I'm taking care of myself. And so that's it. Like, oh, that's a fun mask. Okay, but then, you know, that just does mean that, like, you are harder to reason with, but at the same time, you're doing it for your own benefit, because it's like, oh, no. No. I have other priorities. Don't be getting it twisted. And my priorities are me and my future, right? All right. What shadows is Taurus ignoring or repressing? Wait. Okay. Ooh, these cards just want to like slide out. That means something. It's like, it's almost like your shadows can't be, your shadows are, it's almost like it's like they're making themselves present, but then they're pulling back. Like it's almost kind of like a warning, like, you're pushing me, and if you push me hard enough, you're going to see something you don't want to see. Let's use this one. Talent. I'm also being drawn to, and confidence. Like, I wanted to draw both of these. Look at that moon sun energy. Look at that flight. That's just, yeah. I know what I'm worth energy. So why is this a shadow that you're ignoring and ooh. Lots of cards just flipped over. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Emperor, Queen of Swords in reverse. Here, let's shuffle again here. But I'm already kind of taking that as a message. It's like, it's almost like, how staunch are you being? Like, are you putting other people down in that process? Because Wheel of Fortune reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, and then the Emperor upright. It's like, in exerting your personal power, right, for yourself, right? You're advocating for yourself, you know, you have everything to back it up, right? It's not like anyone can tell you otherwise. So in doing so, it can come across as very, very like cold and actually like hard to work. The energy's hard to work with. Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, like, it's almost like people don't even know how to, people don't know how to approach you. And I think that's maybe how you like it. I think that you are so, I think the shadow might be that you're getting exactly what you want. The difficulty that and conflict that is occurring around you is only due to the fact that you're not caving in to what other people want from you and are offering from you, because you know that that's not your problem. And as a result, it becomes harder and harder for people to ask things of you, which might be what you want anyway, because the less people that ask you stuff, the more that you can focus on yourself. But then in turn, what that breeds is a feeling of being a roadblock to what other people also want for themselves. Do you enjoy being a roadblock? Do you enjoy when people have to come to you and say, hey, I need your blessing, or I need this like, I need XYZ from you. I need your talents. I need your, I need your talents. I need your confidence. It feels a little egotistical, but it's almost like in a way where, like, I want to question you, okay? Because I'm not saying that it is, but I want you to question yourself here. Do you get off on the power trip of being so set in your ways, so like, I mean, like, you're obviously a force. You're a force to be freaking reckoned with here. And people come to you. Are you purposefully being a problem in order to have less people depend on you because maybe, like, you're just tired of people coming to you? Or on the other hand, are you just getting off on the fact that people come to you and you can tell them no? Those are the shadows I'm seeing here. I'm going to take a sip. And you know what? What I will give you is that you have every right to say no. You have every right to conserve your energy. You have every right to keep doing what you're doing and being awesome because it's clearly working for you. But I think what I want you to be paying attention to is how difficult you are being. This isn't agreeable energy. And that's probably okay with you. I don't think that you care that you're not agreeable, but that also makes you hard to work with, which you also might not care about. Let's keep going. Where have Taurus been exerting too much control? Where have you been exerting too much control? This is going to tell us animals. Animals came up in your previous, like general reading for November. I remember we were talking about, what was it? It wasn't just about pack mentality. It was about feeling harmony. Yeah. 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. This feels like where you're exerting too much control is 9 of Wands in reverse. I mean, is a card of burnout. It's like, what, how much more fighting do you have to do here? And when it's paired with animals, I'm getting like wearing down. It's like, you know your place in the food chain, so to speak, right? Is where I'm coming from with animals. You know your place in the food chain, and if and you know, we all have to do what it takes to survive and to ideally thrive. You know, animals have to hunt for their own food. They have to create their homes. They have to be on the lookout for predators. And you know, there's many ways that we can think about how as humans we do the same thing. The cat's meowing. There's something that you're it's like, I think you might be wearing down a lot of people around you by doing so, by exerting too much control over your feeling of stability. It's like, by you not moving, by you taking excessive care of yourself and taking less care of others, it becomes it's almost like you're not part of the solution. You know, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You become a, you know, some animals are just dangerous predators, while others are just very ferocious. And yeah, this energy, again, it just feels very stuck in its ways. And I think being stuck in your ways is where you're exerting that control. And I think there might be something deep down inside of you that says, man, I wish there was like, it feels like I need to be making a change, but honestly, on paper and like at a glance and in reality, in actuality, I am awesome. So I don't know how to be a better me. I don't know how to be a better me. I don't know how to be a better me, and exerting too much control. It's I'm getting this feeling like there's something deep inside of you saying that you need a change, but you're controlling in the way that you are, but you're controlling that voice telling you that you need to grow into a even more fertile, more talent, more confidence, that there's even more stretching that you can do, even more growth in beauty that you can achieve, more abundance. Yeah, it's like maybe, especially with the Four of Cups in reverse now and 501, it's almost like maybe you've actually just gotten comfortable. You know that you're doing awesome, so there's no purpose in growing. But there's something inside of you now that's telling you, like, actually, I could stand to be more so that I can give more. But I don't think you really even want to give more. So you're struggling with that too. But you can be more to give yourself more also. But then it's like, but why? If I'm good. This is very Taurus. I like the challenge of this one. I like the challenge that you're presenting. This is very, very intriguing. All right. What can Taurus do to shed these old patterns? Transformation. Oh my God, what were we just talking about? Transformation. Let's get a tarot card for that. Ooh, this one just came out. 7 of Cups in reverse. It's almost like I feel like you're being asked to imagine better and sit with that feeling. Imagine other ways that you can be, right? Just kind of test pilot them in your brain and see how they make you feel. Because if you keep looking at things, what we can do here is you can shed the way that you currently look at things, the way that you currently behave towards things, your initial responses to things, right? You can shed them in your head and be like, maybe I want to experiment with being more of a little more generous, right? So I'm gonna allot X amount of my budget for some gifts that I want to give, this holiday season. A dining experience that I want to have with my loved one. Take my family out on a vacation somewhere. How would that make me feel? And if that makes you feel good, then try experimenting with being that and see how it actually works out in your favor, if it does work out in your favor. And then let that feeling be your guide, because I think that you're just kind of confused as to what direction to take. And I don't know how if you're in tune with your feelings, or like basically I'm saying, you can pay attention to your feelings and how being a different way makes you and people around you feel, and how it transforms situations, right? I think there's ways to do that while still upholding your sovereignty as an individual and maintaining your self-care and maintaining, all the work that you do, all of the talent that you do. Sorry, all of the talent you have and your confidence and your yeah. I feel like you're being asked to experiment with new ideal ways of being even more than what you currently are. Yeah. What is your intuition telling you? Let's get basically some, what's the universe kind of directing you towards? Ooh, this one just, truth. Truth. With the King of Wands. You know, your intuition is telling you, again, that you have a lot of power. You know, you're the kind of person that knows what they want and knows how to get it. And I don't think that you're going to allow yourself to get stomped over or whatever it is that this is coming from, this like feeling of having to protect your energy so strongly to a point that you're a roadblock and you become difficult for people to talk to and to come to, right? To build with you, because you're so focused on what you want to build that you might not be looking at what other people want to also build with you, right? And so it's about being a team player. And, you know, I make your dream come true, you help my dream come true, I help your dream come true, you help my dream come true, right? And we kind of keep going through that. And I think it's okay to, despite whatever you might be feeling about everything that we've already discussed, right? Because you might be down on yourself on being like, you know, why am I such a problem? Why do people look at me as like I'm so difficult? Or is there something else that I could be doing? Well, recognize that what you should be doing is building on yourself, not tearing yourself back. I don't think there's anything for you to tear back, but I do think there's things that you need to open up towards. Because the foundation is King of Wands. That's a very strong, powerful court card. You know what you want. But yeah, I think that there's something just inside of you that's telling you that you want to warm up. You want to be... all of the energy right now, all of the tarot cards are wands and cups. So fire energy, water energy, passions, emotions. You know, I'm not seeing pentacles, which is more along your lines. And I'm not seeing swords. It's not like you're thinking about this, right? And this isn't the kind of energy anyway that I would expect a Taurus to even think about normally, right? A higher thinking, more developed Taurus would be thinking this. And so I'm glad that we're kind of having this I hope that didn't come across any kind of way. I'm just trying to like say that in doing this kind of shadow work and introspection, like it's just something for us to really sit down and consider. It's like, I've built up this much. How much more can I build if I continue to put in effort? How much more open towards the universe can I be if I put in the effort? If I let myself open up a little crack this way, right? And then I open myself this way, and I open myself that way, and I start feeling out what it's like to be an even bigger, bolder version of my current big and bold self. All right. How can you do the highest good for yourself and for others, Taurus? Let's get an oracle card and a tarot card. I've got freedom. Yeah. And I've got... this deck is really unwieldy because it's such a big deck. It's long, it's thick, it's like... This one can just drop down. Let's see. The Magician. Okay. What you can do for your highest good and for others. The freedom to create. You know, you can look at this as literally as you can. The Magician is the master manifester of the deck, of the tarot deck. So, you know, has everything that it takes to create whatever it is that they want. You have the freedom to do that. You have the freedom to be whoever it is that you want to be for yourself and for others. You have the ability to also give people that freedom, to let them know how beautiful and powerful they are, so that they don't have to turn to you for everything. Help people be self-sufficient. Help people grow also. Help people see the power and magnificence, help them see their talents, help them achieve confidence, help them be fertile, help them even transform, right? Because I think your wisdom is needed. I think your wisdom is needed, and that's something that you can give in a way that is supportive and encourages growth, encourages it's that teach a man to fish, he eats for life kind of energy, right? But if you give a man a fish, he just eats for a day. You know, I'm looking at Truth and King of Wands here, and I'm seeing someone that, again, King of Wands is a big picture kind of leader. They don't really necessarily get their hands dirty in the creation of things. They just more enlist people to do stuff, right? So it's helping people recognize the truth. Like, look in the mirror and be like, these are your strengths. This is what you can do for me. This is what I can help you achieve, I guess, or see in yourself or whatever, because what I need is for you to be as free as I feel free. I'm free to take care of myself because I have all the tools to do so. I have the financial resources, I have the emotional resources, the passion, the drive, and the intellect to do what I do. And that helps me. This is why I exude talent and confidence, and that's why I'm bored of people trying to siphon it from me when it's like, bitch, do it yourself. But also, you're also free to co-create with others, right? People that are also just as dependable and valuable as you are, right? And imagine what you can create if you do. So open up your energy, use your discernment on who you're opening up energy towards to create more freedom and abundance, right? And then help others achieve it themselves, achieve their dreams without necessarily so much effort from you. You can have input, you can have advice. Giving that stuff it doesn't take that much energy. It doesn't really take that much energy, depending on the person, I guess. It's not that much of an investment, but your guidance can mean a lot. It can mean a lot to a lot of people at this time. So I think we're looking at really being a leader instead of a roadblock. I'm going to draw a card now from the Cosmic Journey Oracle deck. Last piece of advice, and this is going to go here in the center with death. Card number 38. You will only see the way by making the way. What were we just talking about? You will only see the way by making the way. Remember what I was saying back here with transformation? Feeling things out, making a way for yourself to grow. I mean, if you're just comfortable, then you're not growing. You know, how fertile are you if you're not gestating something new? Give yourself the way to do so, right? To continue growing, to give yourself, to meet the moment. So for this oracle card, you will only see the way by making the way. There are no more well-marked trails to travel anymore. All institutions, organizations, and establishments are in a state of creative destruction. Okay. Shit. All right. The safe route, or the right way to build your life, your resume, your business, is over and done. If you've received this card, it's time now for you to walk the pathless path, leading with love. Rejoice. What a time and space to be alive, taking part in nudging forward the next era of evolving human consciousness. You've volunteered to be a torchbearer, leaving guideposts for others as you move ahead with joy as your GPS. You can see the way only by making the way. That's really great energy. The cosmic catalyst is a question to be posed to you. What did I volunteer for down here in service of evolving myself and the world? You know what I like about this question, especially in context of everything that we've said, is like, yeah, in many ways, your energy is coming from a place of self-serving, and you might not even really see it because you might be, you know, a head of a household, right? Or you might be a caretaker. And so a lot of the things that you do are for other people already. You might be a boss or manager, right? You do so much, but the energies right now feel like you're kind of at a limit. You're at a baseline limit. I don't know, you know, this could, because Nine of Wands is also, because I said burnout, it's almost kind of like maybe the limit is justified. And so you might have to clear out some things to open up and make a new way, because again, the energy feels stuck. It's almost like you're at a place of like, well, because I'm stuck in my growth, what I can do is I can teach people what I know thus far. I can be a leader, a guide. I can do more mentoring. I can do stuff like that. Because I think you're in a position now to be of greater service, but I think that you need to make it easier for yourself to do that. And sometimes, and like making things easier for yourself also means helping empower others so that they can make it easier for themselves, because then that way it's less energy being asked of you, right? So the cosmic checkbox, so basically this is a task for you to consider, especially in regards to the above question of what did I volunteer for down here? Get lost on purpose. Turn off your phone and simply allow yourself to wander in a new area freely. I think that's really great advice for this, because what that allows you to do is just experience a new path, right? And see how you feel about it. Being in that flow of exploring a new place just for fun, just because you can, I think that might get some of those energetic juices flowing. So give yourself some of that time. Give yourself time to do that. Give yourself the freedom to do that, right? I think I think you'll find some inspiration somewhere. How to unstick some of this energy, and so you can sit with yourself and with people around you a little better. Okay. Well, that was a wonderful reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated, like, share, subscribe, comment. Definitely comment. I love hearing comments, you know. And yeah, so thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful Cosmic Brew, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.